Hi, hey Mai from the future. It's been a while since I made a YouTube video. I think the last YouTube I posted was like 2 months ago or something like that, or three. I can't remember. But I'm just committed to update my future self every time, or like just I don't know, maybe once a week or twice a week or something. But I just got really emotional earlier because for a long time, I think for about a year or so, we were just so tirelessly. We always tirelessly do this, right? Where we trying to make ourselves proud and do things that make ourselves feel proud of our achievements. And even though we're nowhere near there, okay, making ourselves feel proud of what we're doing or what we've achieved so far. But I think it's also really important, and I'm trying to learn this right now. So your current self is actively trying to learn this right now, but just enjoying the process of getting yourself there, because you're going to get it, okay? Reality is very liquid. Reality isn't concrete, and we're learning to remember that. We're learning to remember that reality can change any second. It is so liquid. It's like air. It's not forever. Everything's temporary. So even though we're so focusedly fixated on our reality, it's going to change so quick, and we have to just enjoy the process. And I actually shed a tear earlier, literally like a couple of minutes before I turn on my camera and record. But I realized this week is a dead week, okay? No clients. We had like really busy client day for like the last 2 weeks, and then this week is like freaking crickets. And I literally just like looking up at my wall, I'm like, I'm so tired of where I am right now. I'm so tired, and I crave a change. I'm just like, oh, I'm really unhappy. And then right away, it's like I jump back into realization. I was just like in deep focus, and I realized, Ma, you were working all day today. Like you sat on this chair at like 9:45 or something, and it is now 6:30. You've been on this chair and you've been working on your business. You've been trying to change your life. You're trying to crack the code. You were recording content. You were planning out content. You care about your life, and you care about where you're going to end up. And I'm like, for a second, I feel so proud of me, because all the time I'm so hard on us. Like I always tell us, God, we need to feel better. We hate our current reality. Like that is how we temporarily feel. Okay, we feel unfulfilled. We feel very unhappy. Underachieving is what we're feeling. And it's just so nice for a second to feel proud of, like, well done, Mai. Like, well done. Like, you actually give a shit about your life. And even though you're not where you're going, like, you're not where you want to be yet, but you actively working towards it. Like, you actually working towards it. You're working through the tiredness. You're pushing through it. Earlier midday, I was so tired. I really wanted a nap, but we were like, no, we're pushing through it. And we did. We freaking did, okay? That is how we're going to deserve our success. So I do believe that success and wealth is well deserved when you sit in one spot and you grind. You grind and you ditch pleasure, for example, going on holiday, seeing friends, socializing, even going out for dinner, dating, whatever. You ditch all of that. You sacrifice a lot of things for what you want. And I'm so proud of us. I'm really happy about us, and I'm really proud of us. And like, even though we're not where we're supposed to be, I'm proud of us, and I'm very happy with us. And that is the freaking first. Let's just hope that we'll keep this kindness going for ourselves, because most of the time it's like I go through a period where I'm like really mean to myself, and I'm like, God, like what have you done? You have done nothing. Like, why haven't you done anything with your life? Like I go through that period, and I'll go through a period of rush where I'm like, oh my God, I need to hurry up. Times are going fast. Like nothing is nothing is slowed down anymore. Like an hour feel like 5 minutes. 2 hours feel like an hour. It's insane how like fast time goes. And I just want to get there so bad. Like I just want to get in that moment so bad. But at least we're working towards it, and we're going towards it. Just can't fucking wait for that day where we're like, roll the camera, we're like, fuck yeah, we got where we're supposed to be, And for the people that are watching this, if you feel rushed, I have no advice to give you. Like, me too. We're at this together. And I think the worst thing is like being stuck in London. I really want to move out of the London. Just trash here. And somewhere it says like London's the second most depressive city. The second? Alexa, how many countries is it around the world? 196 country, and we rated the second most depressed. That's insane, guys. That's insane. Oh, I thought it wasn't on for a second. Every single day, I'm fighting through it. You have no idea how much I'm fighting through, like, despite feeling like shit, I'm just over here like, you know what? No, that is just temporary. It's not going to be forever. The future is looking bright. The future is going to be more awesome and more amazing than this. It's kind of hard because I actually prayed about this. I asked Jesus, I was like, God, can I move out? Like, can I move to the Middle East this year? And God says no. God says no. I think that's one thing that I learned so far is if God says like do it, you know? Even when it's hard, like even when it makes no freaking sense, even when it's like really irritate us. Because literally 2-3 weeks ago, we had a gigantic mental breakdown. Again, I'm referring to we because I'm talking to myself in the future, but I shouldn't do that because it's probably rude. Let me just include you too. 2 weeks ago, I had an insanely horrific battle, like an internal spiritual battle between myself, God, and demons. Because I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't know, I don't feel like doing it right now. I was working all day and like it's like 6:45. Oh, I gotta watch now. It's like 20 minutes to 7. I don't want to get too much deep into it, but basically I have demon oppression right now. It hasn't been as terrible as the past couple of months because I submitted to God. It's like every single time that I stop submitting to God, well, like not stop, but like if I have an objection, like, oh, I object, then whatever it is that's inside, like attached, they get stronger, and my thoughts will change. My thoughts will become more vigorous and more like disobedient towards God. And I was just fighting against this battle, probably because it was lying so much to me. Like, oh my gosh, the lies. But I deeply believe the lies though, because it attacked a lot of about identity, and like it was telling me a lot. Like, and I guess everyone feels this way. Like every single person who have inverted from a normal person to Christianity. A normal person people who don't know God, to convert from a normal people to Christianity, it can get very overwhelming. There's a lot of changing, a lot of identity change, a lot of things that you would feel are normal to the world is now not normal. Like, okay, how do I explain this properly? A lot of the things in the world that has been normalized, you realize in Christianity that it isn't right in the sight of God. I'll give you a couple of examples. The one thing that was really hard for me to let go of was my pride. Now, hear me a second. Pride can be toxic. I totally agree, and I get that 100%. But the pride that I've been holding, I find that is being serving me. For example, self-respect. If someone was saying bad, like if someone said something bad to me, if a person disrespected me, if a friend were mean to me, I will stick up for myself and I will point it out and I will walk away from them because I have high self-respect for myself. It kept me from being disrespected. It kept people from attacking me or like bullying me or whatever. It kept me safe. My pride kept me safe. But now I'm going into Christianity. It's like, you're not supposed to have any pride at all. So that's what I was struggling of, getting rid of my pride, which I thought was healthy. I still think it's healthy to have. Maybe like I need to distinguish between like self-respect and pride, whatever. Another thing is changing my mindset. Unfortunately to say, naturally, I was quite a manipulative person when I'm in a relationship. I like to be the one who's in control, what my partner's doing, where they're going, who they're talking to. Naturally, that's who I am, right? And I get very jealous. Even now, I still can't stand the thought if you are my husband or if you're my man and you're looking at another girl outside, I'm like, my brain cannot comprehend how I will able to cope with that. That's another one that I need to let go of, like control. Oh my gosh, control was the hardest thing to get to released as a Christian, as a newborn Christian anyway. I've been a Christian now for 1 year and 7 months, and oh boy, the letting go bit was like so hard. And the thing is, the longer I'm trying to hold on to pride, control, and my old identity, the more the enemy gets stronger, to the point where I will have episodes where I literally just manifest at home by myself. Like it physically manifests out of my body. I have records of that. I have videos of that. I don't know whether I'm ready to share that online yet. Maybe I'll get to that soon. So that's what I was battling with last 2-3 weeks. I want to warn every single one of you who are watching this right now. It's very important to realize that thoughts that are against God or like doubting God, it's not you. It's the demons. They've been doing this for centuries, okay? Our earth has been going on for a really long time. They have been doing this with every single person that ever walked the earth. They are professionals. Like they know exactly what they're doing. And one of the things that they always disguise as is you. They will make you think that it is you who thinks this way, that is you who feel this way, that is you who are behaving this way, but it's really not you. Nothing about this is you, it's them. So if there's any thoughts in your head at all that are always make you doubt God, not believe in God, cut that closeness between you and God, is a demon. No matter how good you are, even if you're at church actively, I've been at church actively. Like I serve every single Sunday at church, and this still happens to me. So just keep that in mind. And the reason why I found out and I realized is because, you know, God is so good. He actually put a lady who is my spiritual mother. I call her my spiritual mom now because whenever I need anything spiritually, like she's always there. But God put her right in front of me, and she actually encouraged me to fast. And at the time, the stronghold and the lies in my head got so strong. I was like, I'm leaving. I don't want to do Christianity anymore. I'm tired. I'm sick. I hate this religion stuff. I feel overly religiously overwhelmed. But it wasn't me though. It was the enemy that made me felt that way. You know, they can really influence how you feel and what you think. Always remember that. So pray with your pastor about this. If you're going through a season where you find it so hard to get close to God, it's so hard to feel God's love, it's not you, it's them. And at the time, I'm just like, I was just speaking with God and I said, Dad, this is crazy. You're speaking to a girl who loves you so much. And like now, I can't stand you. Like I feel at that time, I keep saying out loud, like, I hate you, God, I hate you, God. Because all these lies are just like completely absorbed into my mind. It built such a stronghold in my head that it makes me feel repulsed at the thought of God. And I remember telling my spiritual mom, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't be a Christian. Like, I feel like I don't want to be a Christian anymore. I want to quit. I want to run away. I want to leave church. I want to cut off every single person that is a Christian that I know. I felt so strongly about that. I wanted to take my picture down, like my crosses and all my like God picture down and be like, you know, like Antichrist or whatever, which is crazy, And because like, come on, like this is God you're talking about. Like if you hate God, who are you going to live with? That makes no sense, please. And you know, I remember one time when like the attack got so heavy, I was laying on my bed, I was sleeping, and I woke up at like 6. That was like, okay, I need to rewind real quick. And because I felt so strongly towards God, and I'm like, Dad, like, I don't know why I feel this way towards you, but I know it's not normal. What do I do? And God literally replied to me right away. He was like, fast, 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 fast. And even then he said to me, for me to fast, I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And so at the time though, my spiritual mom was like actively on my line. She was like, come over my house, like hang out with me, I want to see you, I want to see you. You know, while you're being under attack, the only thing you want to do, that's another sign, okay? The only sign, the other sign that you would feel is isolation, like you want to isolate yourself, you know, like you don't want to like talk, like you don't want to see Christian people. You just want to be on your own or see a friend, see your worldly friend, whatever. You don't want to have anything to do with like people of God. That's what I felt like at the time. And I want to cut her out as well. Literally, that was how much of a stronghold this freaking demon had on me at the time. Finally, my spiritual mom got a hold of me. She was like, come over to my house, you know, let's hang out. I have some pizza for you. I was like, oh, food. I came over her house. We sat down. I ate pizza. And she was like, and I was telling her everything that I was feeling. I was like, you know, I don't want to do this, da, da, da. She said, why don't you do God one last favor? That's it. Just one last favor. And then you can let go. And you can just go do whatever you want. But fast with me. Let's fast together for 3 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? She was like, yeah, just like one last thing. Just do it. Just fast for 3 days. And then, you know, we'll see what's going on. Fine. That's the very last thing I'm going to do for God. And then I'm off. I fasted with her. It was the hardest thing ever. I'm not going to lie to you. That was the very first time in my entire life that I went without food, just water. The first time in my entire life. It was so difficult. The only thing that I was thinking about was food. Like I would just be thinking about food all the time. It was insane. I felt weak. But you know what? Because she was doing it with me, I did it. And I got over it. First day, felt nothing. Second day, felt nothing. Third day, felt nothing. Literally, was just starving. I just felt hungry like the whole 3 days. And then on the third day, it was like 11 p.m. I had like a little home cell gather. It's like a discipling group where I go every Wednesday. But it happens to be on the last day. I sat down and it was like 11 p.m. and we were talking about God. And you know, there was food next to me. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to break my fast because I made it to the third day anyway. The minute I put the pasta in my mouth and I chewed, when I broke my fast, like something shifted massively. I was expressing how I felt so strongly about God. I was like, I feel like I hate God. I don't know like how it can come to this. I know exactly why I come to this. I was really stressed about the shop. And I'm like, you know, at the time the enemy was lying to me and it said like that there's a lot of things that, I don't know if I could say this out loud. There's a lot of things that I had to do. I knew being a Christian, there will be a lot of responsibility and like things I have to do. And like, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do any of it. And the things that God have asked me to do so far makes no sense. Like take this shop. Like it makes no sense to me. But I guess it didn't make sense when Jesus was like, hey, Peter, like walk out the water. Like it makes no sense. Because of that weight that I was carrying, it felt so much and it was just building up and building up and like all the stresses, like all the financial stress, like it just built up and like I blew and I'm like, God, like why is that everything you asked me to do, it feels so unfulfilling. One of the person that was saying how you're being tormented by demons. And I'm like, tormented? It's not that deep. Like, because when I hear the word torment, it sounds kind of like, oh, you're being beaten up, like you're being tortured. It's like not like that. And they were like, and I was like, what does that even mean? One of the spiritual leader, he's there and he was like, torments mean when it's not just a lie. Because sometimes the enemy will come and they'll tell you a lie. You know, like, oh, you're not worthy, and it will go. And you have to replace it with the word of God. Tormented is when they tell you a piles of lies, piles and piles and piles of lies. And it builds all the way up to your head. And I'm like, damn, no way, dude. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, the whole time you were telling me I was tormented by demons and I didn't even realize it. And it was so true because on the second day of my fast, I woke up at like 6 a.m. in the morning, and the only thing I can hear repeatedly in my freaking head is, God, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And every single time it says, God, I hate you, I hate you, it will like hurt me so bad, and I would cry because I feel like it was me. But at one point I was getting a bit suspicious because I'm like, okay, chill, my chill. I was telling myself that, I was like, my chill, like, keep saying you hate God, it's not gonna change anything, like freaking relax. Even then I didn't know that it was actually not me, it was the freaking demons. Oh, I wanna fight them. It was like repeating in my head, like at 6 a.m. I'm just remember like laying out crying, and I'm like, oh my God, like, okay, chill, okay, I heard you. So after I fasted, all the voices went quiet and I felt fine. Wow. I felt so happy. I feel light, I feel happy. I feel like the voice has gone quiet, and it's been quiet ever since. And that was around 2 weeks ago now. Is it 3 weeks ago? Yeah. Oh no, what am I talking about? It was last week. Crazy. It was only 2 weeks ago that I fasted. Mad. So that was like a really interesting experience. And guess what? After I fasted, I love God again. I'm like, what the heck was that? That was insane. I can't believe that I felt that way towards God, and it wasn't even me. Okay, last Wednesday on the 11th, I went to my spiritual mom house. She was praying for me. Whew, the anointing was so strong. The anointing was like fire, dude. I felt irritated. Like inside me, I felt irritated. And then I was like, start biting my teeth. I was just biting and biting, grinding my teeth. And then boom, it manifested this demon that came, like trying to, like, it's resurfaced because the anointing was so strong. And that is when I knew. I was like, oh my gosh. The whole time, it was not me, it was it. And God showed me that day that it was this dirty, stupid, worthless, powerless demon that just keep trying to interfere with my relationship with God. But I have to take accountability also that the more I rebel and reject God, the more I'm siding up with them. And like at one point as well, I felt so stuck. I felt so stuck because I felt like I'm in the middle of the fence. One is my life, my will, and what I want to do with my life and everything I want. And one side was God. But the more I'm choosing me, the more I'm siding up with demons. I say that because the more I'm choosing myself, meaning disobedient, I don't really like that word, but it is what it is. The more I'm choosing myself, which is going against God, which is disobedient, the more they get stronger. The problem with them getting stronger is that I feel irritated and I feel far away from God. It makes me want to disconnect from God. Like God has always been there through my anger, through my frustration, through me saying like, oh, you know, I hate him out loud. When you're going through like demon oppression, it kind of blocks that feeling of God. Not completely, not 100%, but it's like you can feel that something is blocking it there. Because like I can feel God's love, but not like 100%, like not like overwhelmingly. But maybe it's in my brain, I don't know. But maybe it's true. I'll get back to you on that. I only got two sides. One is myself, which is living me, doing me. One was God. And last Sunday, the Sunday just gone, the Sunday on the 15th, the Sunday just gone, my parent visited me in London. We went to a Vietnamese church, and this random girl, right, she came up to me and she was just talking to me. It's like she was saying all the things I needed to hear. God revealed these things to me, and I'm like, that's why my pastor said in the church, if you're a Christian, you're like, you definitely have schizophrenic. You be talking to yourself all day, every day. Because it's true. I was saying, can you confirm it? Basically, that's what I was saying to God. I was like, can you confirm it? These messages comes from you. And she was just start talking to me in the toilet. And then she told me, she was like, in Vietnamese, by the way, in Vietnamese, she's like, you're chosen. And I know that. And I was like, damn, this is the girl I don't even know. I want to clarify something very specific. God can speak to us in many ways. This is what I've learned from experience, by the way. Number one, through the Bible. God will talk to you through the Bible. Revelations, you know, you read a passage and you're like, ooh, like deep understanding, revelation, you know, things like that. That's number one. Second thing is he will speak to you through your thoughts. Sometimes he'll send you a deep knowing, like a deep, deep knowing. If God has spoken to you before, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like a deep sense of knowing without words. You just know in your spirit. It's crazy. That's the second way. The third way is through other people. Like God will send other people to speak to you. And the fourth way could be like signs. Like, you know, signs here and there, circumstances, coincidence. I don't know, is there a fifth? Dreams and visions. Now, personally, I have heard through all of those ways, but it seems like the only time that I actually were willing to hear is through speaking. I always expect God to give me like an immediate answer, like right away in my head. Because of that, I keep falling because of the demons. Anyways, that is the update for now. And the thing is about the shop, I think at this point, I'm just like, whatever. I still haven't figured out a way. Well, it's not me to figure out anyway. It's God's business. I'm just doing what he asked me to do. I still don't know what's I'm gonna do with. It's crazy. Like as I'm speaking, the Bible app popped up. It says, let's get one more day in a row, current streak. Even till now, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with the shop, but it is what it is. In my head, I'm thinking, you know what? If I fail, I fail, who cares? But I'm sure God is not gonna let that happen. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I don't wanna stress about it. I really don't, because I got a lot of things to stress about already. Maybe soon, I'm going to make a separate video showing everybody who's watching this on how to create a course, because that's what we're doing. We're course making. For my future self, I love you. I appreciate you. You're doing so well. Stop being so hard on yourself. We need you to keep going, okay? Me and Fluffy. Look, he's laying on us. Say hello. Hello, future my. Hello, future my. Hello, YouTube. I'm probably gonna go finish off some work and make some dinner. I will see you in the next video. Bye.